Hello there folks, and welcome back to another speed paint video. It sure has been a minute since I've done a Neopets Brush video. Recently I've been thinking about one of my favorite Pokemon, Flygon. Flygon is just so darn cute. I just love this thing. I mean, I've talked about it a lot on the channel, how much I love it. It's just a lovely Pokemon, so I thought I would do some Neopets Brush Flygons for you guys today, as sort of a nice chill video to do before art fight season truly kicks in. So without further ado, let's get into the speed paint. The first brush we have is one that's, in my opinion, kind of a classic as far as the Neopets brushes go, and that is the Valentine's brush. A nice pink love core heart-filled design. For this one I just had a lot of fun playing with the shapes, trying to incorporate hearts in as many places as I could in Flygon's design. So I thought it would be fun to make like the eye coverings that it's got, those sand goggles, make those into hearts so it kind of looks like it's wearing heart-shaped glasses, and make its wings into hearts, make the tip of its tail into hearts, make those little accents by its knees look like hearts. Really leaning into fitting as many heart shapes into this design as I possibly could. Really just having a lot of fun cramming a bunch of these shapes in there. Honestly, even its horns are kind of heart-adjacent shaped, just because it's something with a base and two prongs. I don't know, there's something there, even though that's really just the base design that I rounded out ever so slightly. And of course, just embracing having fun with like this very warm reddish palette. Really leaning into the different tones of pinks. I mostly like working with cooler tone pinks because I feel like they look more vivid and they don't read as peachy or orange as usually a more warm tone reddish pink would. But just playing with them all together, there's like a fun harmony that comes with it all. And this was just a nice little warm up, a nice little easy thing to draw while I was working on a whole bunch of other more intense stuff leading up to art fight. So just having fun with this cute little love core Flygon, having fun with these pinks, having fun with the brushes in the background too, just to add a little more texture, making something that feels like it's a nice sweet piece of sugary candy, and very fun and love core. I really just had a lot of fun with this cute pink design. Next up is another pretty classic Neopets brush, at least in my opinion. I think this one's pretty consistently nice looking, and it's the gold brush. This gold just looks good on a lot of different Neopets. It's a very simple design, right? Like, it's a lot like the basic color Neopets paint brushes, where it basically just changes the overall color of the pet, which doesn't sound very exciting, but I do like how good the gold looks. I think the line art changing color to like a more warm tone as opposed to just being black looks really well. And I just felt like rendering something gold and shiny in this video. So I decided I would kind of lean into that gold shading. Gold is one of my favorite things to render because it treats shadows very differently. Like most metals and most materials, shadows tend to get a little bit cooler in the darkness. Like they tend to look cooler than they usually are in a more cool tone compared to the highlight. But gold kind of has this unique effect where it kind of makes everything look warmer just because of the way that it interacts with light or something. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how the shadows on gold work, but basically, gold looks more convincing in illustrations if you shade it with warm colors instead of with cool colors, and it looks more golden as opposed to just something that's kind of yellow or bronze, for example. So gold is a really fun thing to shade just because it's kind of unique in the way that the material interacts with light. So I thought I would just really lean into that, get a little self-indulgent with this illustration. So even though the design is like super duper simple, it doesn't really change too much about Flygon itself, just having fun with the colors and adding those little bits of shadows to really make it feel like a lustrous gold sheen really was a lot of fun and very satisfying to do. So I really had fun with this design. Next up we have one that's a little bit more Neopets branded, and that would be the Lost Desert Brush. The Lost Desert Brush usually makes a design a little bit more ancient Egypt themed. It's very cartoonified, I feel like, but I feel like it's not done, like, too appropriatively. Obviously, I can't really speak to that. I myself am not Egyptian, but I feel like it doesn't, like, get too caricature-y. Usually it's just showing them wearing fashion more than looking like people, typically. So I kind of like that they kind of just looks like they're, like, old statues in a way more than they are, like, ancient people, which I think is kind of cool and works well for their designs. And plus, I just love the color combination of gold and dark blue. I think this always looks really good. There's a lot of like excellent ancient Egyptian sculptures or masks or pieces that just have gold and like deep lapis lazuli combined together. And I just think that that color combo is awesome. I remember going to a museum as a kid for like something with King Tut's tomb. I think I was like 7 or 8 years old. I was pretty young when I went. But it was pretty cool to see all those things, and that color palette really stuck with me. I thought it was very striking, so I thought it would be fun to lean into that into this design. So just really leaning into nice, rich yellow and orange tones and a nice, rich, dark blue. A very complementary type palette, honestly, and a very nice, contrasty one, too. I made the pattern on its tail look more like an Ankh because, 1, I like the shape of the Ankh, I think it's very fun and satisfying to draw, and 2, I feel like the little branches of it kind of remind me a little bit of Flygon's tail a little bit, since it has the round part and then 2 branches. That kind of reminds me of the 3-prong aspect of the tail. It's a very loose connection, but I felt like of all the symbols I could think of off the top of my head that would read not only as like a creature's shape, but also as like a clear Egyptian symbol, that felt the most appropriate to put on its tail. Plus, I just like the Ankh. I think it's a very nice little symbol, and it just looks good. It's just a nice sigil, you know what I mean? It's pretty cool. I made its eyes nice and bright red to make it feel very striking and like it's glowing. I thought that would be kind of cool to give it like that ancient magical statue vibe, especially because Flygon is a ground type, so I might as well make it kind of look like a magic statue was my thought. It's also got that little cobra headdress type situation going on in its head, which I'm pretty sure the cobra is supposed to like protect the wearer, like it was on the pharaoh's crown, and the idea that like the cobra would spit venom at those that would try to harm the king. So I just think that's kind of a fun idea, like this idea that there's a cute snake that sits on your head and keeps you safe. I don't know, I think cobras, even though they are like very venomous animals and definitely like you probably shouldn't have them as a pet unless you're like literally a trained professional, I think they're super cool. I think they're really cute. I think their faces are just super charming. I feel like they have such big beady eyes. It really is funny, some of the things they'll hood up about, which sometimes it's about something that actually is a predator, but sometimes they're just freaking out over nothing, and it just greatly amuses me. I think they're just adorable animals. I love snakes, obviously. I've got my sweet baby Gilbert at home. So yeah, I thought it'd be fun to incorporate a snake into this design. It felt like as good an excuse as any. And it was fun just to work with this color palette. It's one of my favorites to work with, and that's why I love doing the Lost Desert designs for Neopets Brush videos. Next up, we have one that's arguably even more Neopets branded than the desert, and that is the Darrigan brush. Darrigan is a location in Neopets that is specifically like this cursed kingdom, so if you don't already know, like, it's basically just where there's a bunch of devilish, kinda emo, goth sort of design characters are all there. The Amanda Files, she talks about Darrigan stuff at length on many of her Neopets videos, so I highly recommend watching those, because they are a very entertaining watch. She just really makes it very easy for me to learn about those things. I don't know, there's just something really funny about her tone that just enraptures me to learn about Neopets lore in a way that is just very good and amusing. And yeah, I just thought it'd be fun to do the Darrigan brush for Flygon. Darrigan Neopets usually have bright red eyes, which I feel like was very appropriate for the big red eye protection that Flygon already natively has. And I thought it'd be fun to kind of change up some of its designs, like making it feel a little bit more sharp in its design. As opposed to that Valentine one where we really softened up the shapes and incorporated hearts, this one tries to incorporate as many thorny elements as possible to really, I don't know, amp up the Kiki as opposed to the Boba, if that makes any sense. I also made its wings more like bat wings, because that's the kind of wings most of the Darrigan Neopets have. It kind of gives it more of that nighttime, Halloween-y, classic scary monster look, as opposed to like the basically just rhombuses that it natively has. Plus, I thought the wings would be another place to have that red color to really make it feel like a nice, dramatic accent. And I just had a lot of fun with this one. Also made its tail look like a broken heart, because I thought that would be kind of cute and like silly to incorporate into the design. Plus, it kind of makes it look like a devil tail too, so it kind of does both things at once. Really, it's a very simple design at its core, but I try to incorporate as many of the classic Darrigan colors as possible without making it look too complicated, and really just leaning into the Darrigan aesthetic. This thing is so purple, so devilish, so like, I don't know, messy looking. I feel like the Darrigan Neopets always look so grungy and like they really could use a bath a little bit. Or maybe they just kind of look like old, torn up stuff. I don't know. There's something very worn out about them that I think makes them very identifiable as not just like devilish, but like they're messed up. You know what I mean? I don't know. Neopets people, comment if you agree. Alright, I just had a lot of fun with this Darrigan Flygon. It was pretty fun to do, and it's a nice brush to play with. It's a very cool design to work on. And with that, that's all the designs I've got for you guys in this video, so thank you all so much for watching! Let me know in the comments which one of these designs was your favorite, and which Pokemon or Neopets brush you'd like to see in the future. Thank you, by the way, to my Ko-fi members for helping to make this video possible. My Ko-fi members make my life a little bit more stable, and help me achieve my dream of making art my full-time living, so thank you all so much, you're really helping me out. If you'd like to join them, you can sign up for my Ko-fi through the description below, where you can join for as little as $1 a month. You can get a whole bunch of free stuff and other perks depending on what tier you join, or you can just follow my Ko-fi page for free for blog updates as to what I'm up to. I'm doing a lot of vending and traveling later this year, so if you're interested in meeting me at a table and buying some merch, you can learn where I'm going to be and when by following my Ko-fi page. I also have commissions open over on my VGen page, so if you're interested in any ref sheets, character designs, character art, Twitch assets, or pretty much anything, feel free to reach out. I'm looking to get more examples done and increase my stats over there, so if you'd like to help me out, consider checking out my VGen. And this is the last time I'm going to be able to talk to you guys about this in a full-length video before it ends, but the Mothman Pride collection is almost over. I'm recording this well in advance, so I don't know what the progress is like by the time you're watching this, but the Mothman Pride project will be over on June 30th, so make sure that you get your stickers, charms, or pins, whatever you want, before they are gone. At the time of recording, we're almost fully funded, although by the time you see this, there's a good chance we will be. So this is your last chance to get any of these things, help unlock the stretch goals and unlock all 30 of the designs, and if you really want, at the time of recording, we still have slots open for our deluxe bundle, which is the highest tier, where you can request a new cryptid design to be added to the project. That means you can request any cryptid and any flag, and I'll draw it, add it to the project, and everyone will get to use it. So, if you're interested in supporting the project and supporting the channel, getting some cute little queer moths to add to your collection, go check it out on Kickstarter, and I hope to see you guys there before the project wraps up. And with that, that's all that I've got for you guys today, so thank you all again so much for watching the video. I hope to see you guys again next week with another art video, and in the meantime, why don't you guys go out there and make some art.